Hey everyone, I wanted to explain in further detail the post I put on Facebook that concerned the school shooting that happened in Texas. So I'm going to read what I wrote and give further explanation as I go. Um, I said, I know all of our hearts go out to these families in Texas. Whether you have children or not, this hits really deep, and I couldn't imagine because it's heartbreaking. I'm a father of two children, and when you see these things happen on the news, I know we have a history of war. I know that we have a history of these things happening, and I know that we're all at a point where enough's enough, and that we're sick and tired of seeing this happening, especially when you know that it could happen at your school, it could happen with your kids, and you just really couldn't imagine it. I wouldn't spend any time trying to imagine it, but I would empathize or ask you to search your heart, whether you have children or not, just how devastating this can be for other people that are going through it, and send as much love as you can to them. I put that I know that gun or weapon rights is a polarizing topic for many people who purchase guns are not doing so they can go and harm anyone. Um, I know a lot of people that like to have guns, either whether for their own safety or whether they like to go out to the shooting range or whether they go hunting, and they don't have any desire to go and actually intentionally hurt anybody. I don't believe that anybody that I know does that for any reason. But the fact is that there are people out there that do these things. Um, People will say, you don't let a rotten apple spoil the whole bushel. That's a terrible quote there, but um, meaning, why take away everybody's rights to own guns because some people misuse them or mishandle them. And so I wanted to give a different understanding to this topic. On the surface, everything's physical. It looks like we're separated. But when you start to shift how you look at things from a consciousness or energetic perspective, more of us are starting to wake up and believe or understand. Wake up's not the right word. I don't like the word wake up. But we're starting to realize that we're all connected. And on a deep level, everything is energy. And so, because everything is energy, that includes our actions, our thoughts, and where we place our awareness. Okay. And so, for me, I wanted to give example of video games. Growing up, I played a lot of Call of Duty. And when you're playing Call of Duty, you're pit in a digital war zone against other players. And yeah, when I played Call of Duty, I didn't like get done playing with Call of Duty and then want to go hurt anybody. But the fact is where our awareness goes or where we place our attention, that's where the energy flows. And so whether or not the intention was negative, what we're getting to is you're still becoming very aware of what you're doing, and you're creating more and amplifying that energy within yourself and spreading it out into the world. Um, and a lot of the times, I think many of us can relate that when you're playing video games of that nature, or when you're playing, maybe live against other people, there's a lot of people that say a lot of things online that are very negative, very hurtful, and people get really upset and angry, depending on if their game's going the way they want it to or not, and that creates a lot of emotions within people that they don't just go away. Those emotions affect the physical world around us, starting with our bodies and then spread outwardly. So when you start to look at just our society as a whole, what do we do a lot of? We play a lot of online warfare games. We have a lot of television shows, a lot of movies, a lot of music that is geared towards reaffirming negative stereotypes. It's geared towards a lot of violence and sex, a lot of swearing. Um, and when you start to become aware that that's what's saturated within our global community, these types of things on an energetic level manifest themselves physically. So we're going to continue to have these things happen if we remain at the same consciousness that we've been operating at. Luckily, we're starting to shift. We're starting to become more compassionate, more caring, more understanding. We're starting to take a look at our actions and how they affect not only ourselves, but our family members and the world around us. For me, as I get older, I stopped playing video games. That was a choice that I made. It didn't resonate with me anymore. Um, but like I said, I have two kids, and I have to understand that my actions don't affect me anymore. My actions affect my children. And then you start to look, well, that's just me and my family. But combined with all of us going throughout our lives, we're affecting everybody else around us. And so, like I said, I'm not excluded from this. And I wanted to be open and honest that it's not easy to make changes, especially when you've been doing something the same way your whole life. But I would highly encourage each of you that's maybe watching this or read the post, try to find something in your life, maybe one or two things that if you can look past the physical or the physicality of it and look at the energy, what kind of energy does it promote? What kind of feelings do they create within me? You know, what kind of imagery am I looking at? What kind of music am I listening to? What is the music talking about? What are the types of subjects that the shows I watch are talking about? And then start to see how those elements or those themes continue to kind of shape and shift the way you think, shape and shift the way you feel, shape and shift what happens in your life, how you view other people. And maybe find one or two things to start with that you can slowly start to change. Maybe it's your diet. Maybe you could eat more foods that are in alignment with health and vitality. Maybe it's you can shift to music that's speaking about positive things. Maybe you can watch shows that are informative and educational, or comedic in nature, rather than something that's about mass murderings or violence. I don't know. Everyone's going to be different. But I would highly encourage to search within yourself, search within your heart, and ask, what can I change that's maybe small, maybe easy to do to start out with, that helps shift a little bit of your life and promotes more of that energy to be put out into the world, because that energy does turn into physical. Okay. We may not see how it affects us at first, but over time, we're starting to understand that if you want to change the physical, you have to change the energetic makeup of how you think and feel. Okay, so that's basically it. I just wanted to give more of an explanation as to what that was saying. I think that at our core, we're all loving, compassionate, wonderful human beings. We want to uplift and encourage and inspire each other. We want to collaborate with each other. We know that we can accomplish so much more when we're unified in a vision and we're working together than when we're trying to go against the grain and work by ourselves. I want to put out as much love to you as possible. In the description down below, I did put a link to a website, as well as a wonderful book that I've been reading that I would highly encourage everybody to check out. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. Right now, the link shows that the paperback version of the book is only $20, and half of the proceeds go to the Idea Foundation. So I just want to say that we're all in this together. I know it's not easy. Make a couple changes that you can make to start out with, and it'll continue to grow as we build that spiritual muscle together. So anyways, I love you guys. You have a good day, and share this video if it really resonated with your spirit. Thank you.